Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Today we have Kendra from, it's Hastie, right? I think some people that just pronounce their last names different or their names differently. So Kendra Hastie with Coldwell Banker to talk about, My CV Desk, which is like the hub of, tools that Coldwell Banker provides for the realtors. Along with I guess it's just an overview of it, right?
Yeah, overview of desk, to look at the university, a few of the major resources, and then do a quick presentation on Prospect Square listing.
Great.
Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Right. Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Good morning, everybody. So it looks like we can see my desk on the screen, so you should be able to see that. Okay, good. So I just wanted to make sure that my cursor would follow along. So when you log into mycvdesk.com, you should see this homepage. You'll have the upper right-hand corner that includes your profile, a little notification bell that gives you insights to basically what is brand new as far as opportunities, events, learning opportunities, and that's also found over here on the left-hand menu bar, CV brand. So CV briefs and news. I log into this almost every morning just to see, if there's any featured agent courses, leadership courses, because I also I work closely with broker owners, managers, and trainers. And so again, this bell icon is going to give you most of the notifications that you're seeing on the top left-hand bar of CVs. I'm going to skip over this button for now. We're going to come back to that. But the heart, CV Desk is basically your branded intranet. So everything that you need is going to be in CV Desk. Everything, well, let me rephrase that. Not everything you need, but everything that you have access to is going to be in CV Desk. So you're going to have all your tiles on CV Desk that you could use for some listing concierge, for example. When you use listing concierge, if you don't see the tile, I have a lot of tiles removed because I don't use a lot of tiles, especially with my role. So if I don't see it, I'm going to click on add an app. There we go, listing concierge.
You have way more tiles than we do.
Oh, yes. Because of my role with corporate, I have access to both Canada, US, and commercial. So you're going to see a lot more tiles than you normally would. And so that's how you add it. And if you decide, okay, I'm not using design concierge, you could just X out of that, take that off your desktop, pick it up, and it will still be found in the add an app section. Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. And the reason why I'm pointing out this favorites bar here is because you're going to have a lot of resources that you do use that are outside of CV Desk. And CV Desk doesn't have the ability to create a tile. For example, you can't create a tile for Facebook. But what you can do is you can add Facebook if you have like an escrow website or mortgage website that you like to go through, or your MLS, whatever that may be, all your social media. When you click on this,
so you can add links to those other websites?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and for some reason on my sharing, I'm having a hard time accessing add an app for some reason. I should be able to see a section that says add the URL.
Well, it says manage favorites. Is that where you would add it?
No, that's how you're going to delete, move them around and over. But there should be, I think it's because I'm sharing this in Zoom. It's kind of giving me a hard time right now, but normally it's really easy. You click on it, this pops up, and then it says add a URL. So you basically go to, and then Zoom's not going to follow. So I'm going to another website right now. So say I'm copying and pasting my URL from Facebook. In that pop-up window that should be available here, you're just going to basically Control-C for copy if you're on a Windows, and then Control-V like Victor, and then paste that in there. You can also right-click and control and paste as well, and then you add app. You could also change the name in the pop-up window. For example, I named this Morpheus homepage, which is actually the custom videos in Marketing Center. So that way I don't have to click on Marketing Center to get to my custom videos. I could just click on Morpheus homepage and go straight to my custom videos. And then when you go back to your profile or click on, as Carlos alluded to, manage favorites, you can also do that from your profile, from settings. Favorites tab. And let's see here. So I use this one almost daily. So I'm just going to take my cursor over there, move this over to the top. And immediately I'm going to see how I edited that in my favorites. So now I've got my most used URL at the very top of my favorites, and etc. And then I have a lot in my favorites, and probably some of them at the bottom, and you can see show more, are probably no longer active links or things that I need to delete. So you can just easily delete, or you can edit the name. So if you have a couple URLs, you're not quite sure by the naming convention, you could just go in. Yes.
So if you delete the favorites, it doesn't gonna delete the contents, it's just gonna delete the favorites tab. Like if you deleted Workfront, the first one, it's not gonna delete the contents, just the link to the contents.
Yeah, so then when I click on my favorites, that link is no longer going to be available over there. But you can always re-add it if you need to.
Okay.
Yeah, because these are all external links, so you're not deleting anything from desk by doing that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because the as I mentioned earlier, you weren't.
Sorry.
No, that's
Okay.
fine. That's fine. Desk is at your intranet, so you cannot create tiles.
Okay.
So all the tiles that are on CB Desk are available to affiliate
External.
agents through the affiliation of Coldwell Banker.
Got it.
So those are all your Coldwell Banker. Okay. And any other questions on that? Anybody online that has questions? Might be pretty straightforward. Okay. Let's see, and then I'm going to go straight into Coldwell Banker University. It's also a tile on CB Desk. Maybe should have had that open. I might have to stop sharing and then reshare. I'll just go into different tabs. That one.
If you do just share screen in general, it'll share whatever's on the screen and not just that particular tab.
Okay. Let's maybe I'll do this. Share.
And then just click on the different.
There we go. Perfect. Yeah, that's going to be a lot easier. All right, this is the homepage of CBU, Coldwell Banker University. We have lots of updates. I've been with the brand now for about 8 years, and my role at the brokerage level was training and director of business. And I can tell you that CBU has had a great overhaul. And not only do we have more informative classes, because we have now 27 trainers versus I think we had 6 trainers for the nation. So now we have 27, and these 27 trainers are coming from either owning a brokerage, they're coming from training, they're coming from boots on the ground. So they've been using these tools as an agent or as a broker owner. And so they're very knowledgeable of how to leverage the tools as well as train on the tools. So we're always going to have featured courses at the top. And then Feature Focused Friday is a really short 30-minute class every Friday that's going to go into something, a deep dive into whether it's like Moxie or a very popular used tool. And again, it's only 30 minutes every Friday. That's available to anybody. I'm not going to get too far into the classes here, but I'm just going to show you, if you click on the, I guess what they call it, a hamburger menu bar, the top right with the 3 lines. So we're going to look at pathways. Then we have, let me see, you're going to see all pathways for new to the business experienced agent. Only leadership is going to see leadership pathways. So that's going to be anybody with a management role or a trainer role. So you'll only see these pathways. I'm gonna click on all pathways just to give you a high level overview of what is available. So we have a bucket here, new to business agents. So these are usually newly licensed agents who are like trying to build their foundation, their business, I guess, schedule, time blocking, generating their leads and how to leverage the tools to do that. Experienced agent, this is going to be a little bit more productivity based. So again, growing your business, generating more leads, and creating more activity in your market. This is for agents that are going to be breaking out of a buyer side into a listing side. And I'm just going to go ahead and click on learn more on the experienced agent, just to give you an idea of what it looks like when you do click on it. So we have multiple classes in each section that you can choose from depending on what your goals are. And I would have to say, whether you're new to business or not, owning objections is a great class. Helps you with your talk tracks and handling objections.
And these are webinar style classes, right?
Yes, so these are all virtual, live virtual. There's a few at the bottom of each one that you can see that are self-paced. So these are approved by legal and are self-paced classes that you can go through on your own time. And each section has that. But we offer most classes 2 to 3 times each month. So if you miss one month, you always have another opportunity in the future. Do we have any questions in the chat or anywhere on the CBU?
No, I did the AMP course. And it really was.
Oh, did you? Oh, good. Yeah, that's been around a long time. They've been improving pieces, but yeah, I think it's a great piece because it helps you figure out those productivity pieces and holds you accountable too.
Yeah.
So hopefully by the time you're done, you've been
It was very useful.
good. Glad to hear. So again, CPU, it also houses all of Moxie classes as well. And then each Moxie class we offer twice a month.
What is Moxie?
So Moxie is your Moxie Works Hub is going to house. Let me go back to desk. I don't know if I have Moxie Works on. There it is. So because of my access, I don't have a Moxie Works Hub because I'm not a real estate agent. But this is going to house your Moxie Engage, which is your CRM that manages your campaigns, automated emails, and you're going to have a dashboard where you can view your analytics, so you can see who's engaged, who's not engaged. Engage also includes neighborhood news, which you can customize and send that to individuals that you're having conversations with about a particular area. So if you're talking to a seller or a buyer, you can aggregate that data to meet their needs of what kind of valuable information they're looking for. Yeah.
It is amazing.
Oh, you
Yeah,
can
that's
see it.
No, I haven't,
Oh.
but I'm just fascinated. It's really nice.
Yes, yeah. And then it also houses Present, which is going to be your interactive presentation and CMA tool. It has a buyer, seller, has buyer tour. So it has INREX drive time technology. So if you create a buyer tour for a buyer, when they get in their car and they open up your presentation, it's going to connect them to Google Maps and then direct them around town to either the open houses, people using for open houses, or the listings that they're showing to the agents. I would recommend definitely looking at that, because if you're using a static presentation where every time there's an updated price change, you have to go through and manually change the one that you're providing to your client. This, when you create a presentation for your client, whether they're a buyer or seller, something updates on the MLS is going to automatically update in that presentation because it feeds direct from the MLS. So anything that you change or update on the MLS during that live presentation, it will automatically.
Is that the same with neighborhood news when you send out a report? through neighborhood news? Is it live? Does it?
Yes, because it's connected to, that particular, piece, it syndicates from the MLS.
So if you send them an email today, they open it, and it shows so many properties in that email, they open that same email on Saturday or Sunday, it's gonna be updated with the newer properties or, okay.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And then also, Impress is included in your Moxie Works Hub. Moxie Impress, forgive me, I don't remember the name, but it used to be a tile on CD Desk.
It's listing
Was it-
concierge.
I think it was marketing.
No, it's listing concierge. It does the same thing as listing concierge, but on listing concierge, you have to upload everything and do it yourself. But on Moxie, Impress, once you have a listing, it pulls the data from the MLS from your listing, and it creates a whole marketing package for you.
Yeah, and you're automatically emailed that, and you can either send it out as is, or you could go through and edit it before you send it out. So it's basically done for you.
And it includes a property flyer, a social media post that you can post on Instagram or Facebook.
But, and actually, so if you've been around for 5 years plus, the Moxie Impress was actually bought by Moxie. It used to be a tile on CB Desk, and it was part of the CBX.
I remember.
Yeah, and so if you're used to it, it's the exact same dashboard. You could go in and make e-cards, you could make postcards.
It disappeared for a while, though.
It did,
Yeah.
yeah, because Moxie bought it.
Yeah,
And then they relaunched it with Moxie Works, but now it's called Impress. But yes, it does, listing concierge does something similar to that. But yeah, you have to work with, we'll go over listing concierge later. But Moxie Impress, and also too, I've gotten feedback that a lot of the agents, because it's not like, Moxie Impress Coldwell Banker, when you receive the automated, marketing materials. So just kind of look out for it, because it is an odd email. It's not quite obvious. And I have a copy of that somewhere, and I could dig it out and find it and maybe provide it to you, or maybe you have.
a copy of what?
The email that comes from Impress that automates all of the marketing pieces, digital marketing pieces that you can send out. Sometimes it goes to spam because it's not a recognizable email. So just keep your eyes out.
If you have a listing and then after a day of having that listing live on MLS, if you haven't received the email from Moxie, log into Moxie Works and go into Moxie Impress, and it's gonna be there.
Yeah,
So whether you miss the email or not, your marketing campaign is gonna be there. It's gonna have flyers, it's gonna have a just listed email that you can send out to your clients, the social media post, just listed postcard, a bunch of different things you can use.
yeah.
And you said that if it goes to our clients, it might go to their spam.
It doesn't go
Oh,
to
no,
them.
No,
Oh,
to you, it goes to
To-
you.
yes,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, the agent, yeah, and like I said, I just got feedback because it's not like a Coldwell Banker or Moxie Impress email where you just recognize it.
okay,
So it might not be super recognizable to you.
Okay.
Especially the people that don't use Moxie,
Yeah,
and they don't know what's Moxie, but when you know
Yeah.
what Moxie is, you know that it's a tool.
but once you recognize what it is, and then if for any reason it does go to your spam, you can mark it as not spam and it'll start going to your inbox and then you'll recognize it moving forward.
okay,
So just keep your eyes out for it, because it is an automatic thing, so as soon as you get an active listing, it's gonna put that together for you and then email you the link. But like Carlos said, you can log into Impress and then see all the information there for your active. listing.
I added my listing this morning, and I didn't want to wait for it to send me an email, so I just clicked on create, and it showed my listing there.
Yeah,
And I clicked on create marketing campaign, it gives you an option of the one with 10 marketing pieces, one with 5, a bunch of different options.
nice,
And I clicked the 10,
yeah,
and then it just created, I think within like 10, 15 minutes, it was done.
it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty quick, so it's definitely like, Marketing Center, which is our go-to for all of our custom marketing materials, it has a little bit of a learning curve. I would say that the custom videos are gonna be the easiest pieces to work with on there and or the social media downloads. But in order to, we don't have live marketing center classes, but if you go to this question mark that I skipped over earlier on your CB desk, this is gonna be the help center for all of your branded tools. And I'm just gonna scroll down to Marketing Center, view all. We're gonna go to training resources. And let's see, upcoming and past training videos, and all of the recordings are here. They're pretty much all of the same. They review all of the same materials here in Marketing Center. Like I said, it's a little bit of a learning curve, so Impress kind of does that for you. So if you don't want to take the time to spend on learning too much in Marketing Center, Impress is the go-to. But definitely with the branded videos, customizable branded videos, as you know, Google loves videos. So if you're customizing, downloading those videos, I'm gonna go ahead and log into Marketing Center to show you where to find those. And then, as I mentioned earlier, once you log into the Morpheus custom videos, you can copy that URL, add it to your favorites, so that you can just skip logging into Marketing Center and go straight to your custom videos.
You still have to log in though, right? Using your
Well, when you're in,
credentials?
yeah, when you're in Desk, you can click on your favorites from Desk, and then it will recognize that you logged into the internet. And then, so in order to get that little right-hand menu bar to show up, you have to click on My Projects from the homepage. Now you have New Project and then Custom Video. Not the brand video, but custom video. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that. I'm gonna click out of this just as I'm sharing. And then access custom videos. These videos used to be $350 per video, and now they're all free to our affiliated agents.
Expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So what you do here is you just copy and paste, go back to Desk, add that into your favorites. Oh, there it is. Add new favorite. So then, let's see. Go ahead and just copy that. Wasn't expecting to have access to that. Add favorites, and then there it is.
Can we see what a custom video looks like?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have CB Way Shorts. Let's look at the listing promotion. So you can see here each section either has end card and fully customizable, and some have end card customizable.
An in card is just like a slide with your contact information on it.
Yeah, so
At the
after
end
the
of it.
video, it's gonna have your email, your name, your phone number, whatever you want to put into that particular section. So I'm gonna just go ahead and click on one of those. And so each section has a bucket. I'm gonna go ahead and just click on this 15-second listing template. So it's really intuitive, it's really easy. Just for time's sake, I'm not gonna go through the whole thing. You can choose between luxury or the brand. I like to choose all formats, so that way when I'm done customizing my video, I have the option to upload it to any platform. Now we don't have to go back through and redo it. And you just click on these, you can put in the street address, city, listing price. You can click here if you want to upload your own images for the scene. So each scene is the same. Put in your information, you have the option to upload your own video or image. And then here's your end card. Yours is going to be different. So yours is going to say Coldwell Banker Platinum Properties, your name, your email. You can put in your web, your license, call to action line. And then you can select your soundtrack and then generate video. When you generate video, it's going to give you a preview. If you don't like it, you can change a few things or update some of the custom text that's in your video. And once you approve it, you can just continue to download. It's that easy. See, I don't see, just gonna see if there was any questions in the chat.
No, there's no questions.
Oh, close out this too. Yeah, and again, Google loves videos, so utilize those videos, put them on your social media, on your web pages. You can include those videos in your Moxie presentations. So in Moxie Present, you can make custom pages and you could add videos Either from YouTube, Vimeo, and there's a third one, I don't remember what it is, but now there's 3 options that you can upload it from. Most people use YouTube, everybody's on YouTube. Let's see here. So then Express Docs. Express Docs is our affiliated print and business cards.
Promotional material.
Promotional, yeah, thank you, promotional materials. So they have, when you log into Express Docs from your CB desk, you're gonna be able to order all of your promotional materials. You can order folders, business cards. As I mentioned, most pieces, like if you're doing a campaign, Express Docs and Marketing Center, they house a lot of the same materials. So like, for example, if you wanted to download or print the Coldwell Banker Way as a magazine, go through Express Docs to do stuff like that. So that's gonna be your go-to to that. Listing,
Wait, before you move on.
Yeah.
There's name badges, there's for sale signs,
yes.
there's embroidered shirts with the Coldwell Banker logo, hats, things like that.
On Express Docs, that might be our merch store that has the hats.
It's
Oh,
on
they
it,
do?
yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's maybe,
I know there's shirts, I thought there was hats too.
maybe.
There are, so I bought some shirts,
Did you?
and I got that's where I got my name badges as well, which
Okay.
I'm not wearing.
Yeah.
So,
Me neither. Those always get lost in a drawer somewhere, don't they?
my wife's the one.
Yeah, and let's see, we also have the merch store too, but if you are, what about signage? We go to my business, wait, let's see. I know we just moved some things around. So our business advantage under partners and services on the left-hand menu bar, this is gonna show you all of the people that Coldwell Banker has affiliated with. So you can get discounts through these affiliated companies. Just go through, so you can get discounts on rent cars. D-Sign is one of our long-time affiliated yard sign manufacturers. And then when you click from here, from your CB desk to order, it's automatically going to take you to the Coldwell Banker page. So everything is already approved. The logos, the colors, the sizes, the fonts, everything is going to be approved already and ready to go. See, we've got a few new, so FedEx is kind of new. We've got Lone Wolf. Thought we had Ring Central, so you can get discounts through Ring Central. Resort vacation certificates, you can buy certificates through here for week-long vacations, whether you're providing that to your clients or parties or affiliates. Verizon. So if you have Verizon, you can get a discount on your monthly bill at Verizon. The discounts on probably what is it called, accessories for your phones and whatnot. And then also Express Docs is also found. Before we go on to the presentation, just gonna log into List Track, which is another tool on your CB desk that is valuable for when you're working with sellers. When you log into List Track, your account is only going to allow you to see your active listings. But when I log in, because of my access, I have to go to a company here. And my access, I actually see all of the listings. So I don't want you to get confused if you don't have an active listing and you I have to let this load real quick, and you log into List Track and you don't see any properties, it's because you probably don't have an active listing to work with. Here we go. So left, and I'm just going to show you why this can be valuable. Not only does it give you this charted information here on how, and again, this is listings for the whole company, so that's what that chart shows. Let's see. So if you log in and you have one active listing, say this is your listing right here, you can click on View Analytics. Give that a second. So when we first logged in and you saw those charts, that's basically what this page is going to show you here. It's going to show you activity. So this listing so far has had 296 views, 0 inquiries, 0 favorites, 1 share. And it shows you a little bit of where those views are coming from.
How does it track the information?
It's tracked through multiple platforms. There's a whole back-end list of that, but they use real popular platforms like Facebook, Google.
So whoever provides this service has relationships with all these different
Yes.
companies.
It's like, it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't have that list, but it is, viable resources. What I like about this one though, is it shows, we used to have CBX buyer locator, and that didn't give us real-time buyer data, it gave us potential buyer data. This gives you real-time buyer data, which I think is really impressive when you're working with a seller. So you can tell the seller, look at, this is where the buyer activity is coming from. This is where I'm gonna do most of my marketing. But when we go into scheduling, so you can schedule to send this report to your seller, but I would not automatically do that. I would first look at it yourself and see how it's doing, how it's performing. For example, we've had people use it in the past. So again, this is where you can schedule it, and you could either schedule it to go weekly, or you could just send one off or send it monthly to the seller so that they can see the activity that's going on with their listing.
This is really cool because sometimes you have nothing to tell the seller. You're sitting, the listing's sitting there, there hasn't been any showings or any calls on it. And it looks like you're not doing anything like, hey, that nobody's seeing there's no exposure, right? When you pull this up, it's gonna show you how many times it's been viewed and how many different websites and what the top websites are and so forth. And according to this, I didn't know about the heat map. It shows you what areas the buyers are looking or searching
In real
from.
time.
So this is valuable.
We've had agents use it for helping the seller identify they need to lower their pricing too. Because their other listings had activities, but this one didn't have a lot of activity and we were priced a little high. So you can use it in multiple different ways. This is what the report looks like that the seller receives. And then it will have the agent's name at the bottom. And so it gives them all of the analytics. So it's pretty nice. It's pretty modern. And you can print it. You could copy the link and send it to the seller so that you're not sending out automated reports if you don't want to do that.
When you go down to where that hyperlink is, where it says view more stats for your listing, where does that take the seller?
That's gonna take them to the dashboard.
And they have access to everything that you just showed us in terms of the heat map and so
Yes.
they, with this, they would have access to this
Yes.
indefinitely
No.
or once.
No, just during the time that the listing is active.
Ah,
Once the listing is closed, they won't have access to this.
This is so cool, the heat map, because this wasn't part of it before.
No, this is a little bit newer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit newer, but yeah, the heat map is great, and I think it's really impressive, because you could take a screenshot of this and put it into your listing presentation and say, hey, with Coldwell Banker, we have technology that shows us real-time buyer data. And that's pretty impressive.
Especially since we're missing them on locator tool, this makes it up for it.
Yes, it does. Yeah, this has been the alternative for the buyer locator tool. And this is even better because as I said, the buyer locator tool was based off of trends.
Mhm.
This is based off of actual buyer activity. But that's it. It's pretty basic. List track is awesome. It's pretty basic. If you could print those flyers and if you want to, print a few and bring it to your seller. Okay, and then there was another wanted to just touch on this before we get into the presentation. To agent marketing. Here we go. Just released 2025 agent marketing plan. So we started this at the end of 2023. So it's fairly new, but it's widely popular. And we have a lot of affiliates who share this during their business planning at the end of the year. So basically what the marketing plan is, and this is for 2025, this kind of goes through defining your why, your goals, your SWOT analysis, your strengths. This is all about you. And then it goes through some action items that you might want to use as far as producing leads, generating leads, landing listings, things like that. How to stay connected throughout the year, talks about the weekly, monthly, and annually activities that you can do, goes through print marketing checklist. So basically the beginning of this is kind of a checklist of how you're going to stay connected with your clients, whether it's through print, marketing, or social media. And then a little bit of, it also goes through like suggestions on like suggested tools like listing concierge, design concierge, Moxie products, things like that. But what I really, really love about this, goes through all the promotions, is that once you get past all of these checklists, you have a whole prospecting calendar for the year. So on this prospecting calendar, our marketing team has suggested days to post social media or use certain products to boost your online presence or help you generate more leads through activities. And this calendar, you can add your own prospecting details. Sometimes it talks about Real Vitalize, which isn't always a program for all offices because it's a broker opt-in tool. And so basically Real Vitalize is a seller incentive. So you can just use your seller incentives. So if you see something like that, okay, well, we don't use Real Vitalize, but we do have other seller incentives, whether you have a moving team that helps your seller move or whatever those seller incentives be. But again, a whole year prospecting calendar. And so when you're on CB Desk, you can type in 2025 for agent marketing plan, and you can pull this up. You can download it onto your laptop and just look at it digitally, or you can print it out. Me personally, I like to print things out. I like to actually write something down versus type it because it sticks in my brain a little bit better than typing. Very useful for business plan.
Yeah, that was great.
All right, and then I'm gonna stop sharing really quick, and then I'm gonna re-share when I got presentation. This in there. All right. What's the presentation view? And then you see that. Let's see. How can I do this where I show you the presenting?
You can do the duplicate one, and it shows what's on your screen.
Well, I wanna look at my notes because I have a lot of notes in here. I just wanted to make sure I didn't skip over it. So if I go into presentation mode, I can't see my notes. I want to take out.
Just show presenting mode.
Yeah, but I still can't see my notes.
Oh.
Can you just do it like this?
I can, yeah.
We don't mind.
Okay. Let's see here, so Prospect Square, this is, you can't really see very well. It's basically, another tool for you to stay in contact with your sphere, with your buyers and sellers, or generating new leads, because you're going to be providing, data, market data, that's really valuable to either buyers on the fence, sellers on the fence, and or a seller that you're working with that just wants to know about the activity in their local neighborhood or other, or the neighborhood of interest. And you could, it's fully customizable too, and then Carlos, you can feel free to jump in.
Yeah, so there's different reports. There's one for Orange County, there's one for the city, and then there's one for like a more localized, you can map it out on the map to send out a market update as to what's going on. And there's live links that show you, it shows you the address of the property, and there's a link. So when you click on the link of the property, it shows you more information on that property.
Yeah, and we'll
It's
get into
live.
that as well. Yeah, and this is not meant to be like a CRM, so you don't want to put all your contacts in here, because what's gonna happen is gonna mess up the delivery of this, because this is basically for people you're having conversations with. So say you're talking to a group of people in a certain market area. So you want to put those 6 or 7 people within that particular campaign. You can make different groups for different areas that you can send it to, but it's not like Moxie Engage, where it's just these campaigns that you're blasting out to, 500 or 5,000 people. Even though you can do that with Prospect Square, but I would suggest to save this information for people that you're actually having conversations with, and or some of the tips that I'm going to share with you.
Well, people in your farm area, if you're
Exactly.
farming a particular area and you have that area saved as one of the reports, then you can just add people as you go along that want to be updated on what's going on in the neighborhood.
So you can have multiple neighborhoods, multiple
Yes.
things.
Yeah, so we have 3 different kinds of reports. So we have the quarterly reports, and then that's meant for
County area.
yeah, well, yeah, it could be, well, all 3 reports can be in a particular area, city. It doesn't have to be, but I am gonna go back and circle back on this, but it could be trends. But the quarter report is the prior quarter activity. Yeah, so that could be in the county, city or area. Then we have the area reports. It also shows the sales activity for the prior month in there, along with the past year-to-date statistics as well in that particular area. And then market reports. This is what Carlos was talking about. This is one of my favorite reports because it gives an abundance of information, but you can also narrow it down. Well, the recipient can narrow it down by clicking on links to look at a particular neighborhood or a particular area. They could click on, and just like in all reports, you could click on all the active listings and then see solds. But these reports are completely customizable. So depending on who you're talking to, you can leave out certain information or include a ton of information. So depending on how you want to deliver it, it's completely up to you. So when we're looking at these reports, as Carlos mentioned, the market report offers a little bit of everything. It's consumer friendly, and then so again, they can narrow it down by clicking on the neighborhood area, that listings. They can see pictures of the homes, the school, the remarks and features within that market report.
And you have the graphs and charts for all the nerdy people that like to look at charts and graphs.
Yes. And then this is my favorite part of the presentation, because the suggestions makes it come to life. So as Carlos mentioned, you could do a printed version with a cover letter for farm areas. And then I have a couple of cover letter samples coming up next, and I'll provide the slide to Carlos so you can share it with everybody. And you have something of value to send to the past, present, and future clients. These are great to print out, takeaways at open houses. So if you wanted to pre-print some information and just leave it at your own open house for people to take. Social media posts, pre-listing info, and then corporate relocation updates. So the corporate, if you're working with a client who has like a corporate analysis that is required, this can be used for that. Here's our sample cover letters. So you're going to start off with the first cover letter, and then here's a cover letter for those follow-ups. So again, I'm going to share this with Carlos so that he can distribute it to everybody. On CB Desk, when we clicked on that little question mark with the circle around it, this is where you can find all of your prospects where help and training information here if you need additional details on that. Any questions from anybody online or in here? Prospects where it's pretty straightforward. But again, I'll go back to Deb and I'll show you how you can look at past photos and training materials.
For photos, is it pulling from the MLS or like our?
Yes.
So even if those photos are dated, then that's when you would upload your own photos.
Yeah, except for on solds. I believe on solds you can't change photos. Can you change your active photos on Prospect Square in your listings? I don't know if you can because it's pulling all that information from the MLS. So I don't know how customizable that is.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's sharing MLS data that
Okay.
otherwise they wouldn't have access.
You tell me what the email you can send out to your clients if you're listening through Prospect Square?
Prospect Square, yeah. Yeah, I don't think you could change. with
No,
the
I don't-
photos.
I-
Yeah.
I don't think I've tried to do that.
Yeah, I don't think so, because it's gonna syndicate from the MLS,
Okay.
and as long as that's why. Listing concierge. So I'm moving on to listing concierge, which is going to be your marketing materials. So this is digital, print, social media, and it's very similar to Impress, but it's a little bit of a step up. And listing concierge is a tile on your CB desk. Why you would want to use listing concierge is it's very modern and tech. It has everything you could possibly need to help promote a listing, and we're going to get into that. So a lot of our agents win listings when they're doing presentations and showing that they have access to listing concierge. Enhance your value proposition and wow your seller as you target those buyers. This is what the package looks like, and I'm going to break that down. So it comes with a consumer brochure. So it's basically like a little mini listing presentation. It's going to have an image of the house, the image that you prefer, because when you click on listing concierge, the tile on CB desk, you're going to be working with a representative through this particular order. And
Well, there's two options. There's a free option and then there's a paid option. The free option gives you access to create all this yourself.
oh
And
yes,
then there's a paid option that
Yes.
includes printing of flyers and.
Yeah. Yes, you are correct. And you could do that when you log in, you can choose one or the other. So if you're doing it on your own, you're obviously going to be uploading to all this.
And it's pretty cool because it gives you different options for templates.
Yeah,
So if you want a 11x17 flyer that folds in half, you can use that template, or you can use one-sided 8.5 by 11 flyer with 4 pictures on it, whatever. They give you different templates to use from it. It's just you just click on the template you want, and within seconds it generates a preview for you,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
and you just have to provide the images and context. And what's nice too is if you have leftover materials, you can use that within your listing presentation. So you're going to get a single property website. So this is going to also feature all of your contact information, and you could link this to your social media. So it's kind of like a landing page. So when they click on this, they're going to see all of your contact information. If they're interested in the follow it. Just listed, just sold postcards, as Carlos mentioned.
I think this is part of the paid service, because you don't get this with the free,
Oh, you don't?
you know.
Okay, yeah, we are Well, we're more versed on the paid.
Yeah.
The paid version. So if and my presentation is on the paid version.
And this is cool because
Yeah.
they print out these postcards and mail them for you.
Yeah, they mail them for you. So whether you're sending them to, they're 100, I think 100.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
See in my notes. Yeah, everything is blurry to me. 100 just sold, yeah. So you get 100 just sold, and they mail them out to you, for you, on your behalf. And all of this is like a 2-day turnaround. So everything you're seeing here is about a 2-day turnaround. So you get these property brochures, you get 25 of them, high quality. It has the MLS description or the description that you decide to use on that particular property. Property announcement. So this is going to be, this is actually goes through your contacts that are in Prospect Square. And whether you have 500 or 5,000 in your list, this property announcement will go out to all of those contacts, your personal contacts, prospects. You get a property tour video.
This is cool because it uses all the pictures that you upload and it creates a slideshow video with music in the background. And it brands it with your contact information and it looks very professionally done and it's just a click.
Is that in the paid or
This is on both.
both?
How much is the paid version?
Oh, I'm about to get to that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no problem. And then online advertising. So as soon as you purchase a package within 24 to 48 hours, you'll get this web advertising. And that it appears on Facebook. See, let me double check here. We have so
Instagram.
many tools. Yeah, Facebook and Instagram. So it is going to have your personal information on there, so everybody will know how to contact this. Okay. So this was estimated a few years ago, probably pre-pandemic, and since then a lot of things have gone up in cost. But our cost is still $249. I'm imagining that if you pay somebody or an outside source, it's going to be a little bit over $400 now, probably closer to 500. But it's still $249.
Question, can you still hire a photographer through this? Because I know that was an option before.
Yeah, I might be getting this confused with another program of ours, but I believe if you have your own photographer, you could just use your own photographer.
Right, but I know that they included photography as well as an option.
Oh, yes, yeah, all of that is included. So let me double check on that.
Okay,
Yeah, because I think there's like, so the photographers that are, yes, thank you for rejogging my memory. So in every area, we have affiliated photographers that are onboarded through listing concierge. And so those are going to be the preferred photographers that you use through the program. Yeah, but I believe though, you don't have to. So if you have your own photographer and you have and they take all those videos and provide them to you, then you just provide them to the listing concierge. But if you don't, there is a photographer that you can reach out to.
so
Through the program.
if you didn't use this, you'd have to pay for someone to design your flyer, you'd have to pay for someone to design your postcard, you'd have to pay for the mailing of the postcards. You'd have to pay for someone to create a slideshow video for you, unless you can do all that stuff yourself. Pay someone to create an email announcement that you can send out. Pay for, what else, the website,
Yeah, the
for
digital.
someone to make a custom website for your listing with all the photos. And I would think that that's pretty close to what it'll cost you, maybe even more than that, the $409 if you do it on your own.
Yeah, if not more. And I think paying for this saves you a lot of time to continue to prospect while this is getting done. So it's worth the money, right?
So that's $249 per listing.
Yes, per listing, yeah. What was the question?
Same.
Same?
Yeah.
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 per listing.
I was giving it to him telepathically. Yeah, for
Thanks so
me.
much.
You're welcome.
And luxury is also included in this too. So a lot of our agents leverage this with their luxury listings so that they can spend more time on,
Yeah.
working with
And then where do the ads go to? Because I saw where you showed it, the social media for the ads. Who is that sent to?
And is it sent from Coldwell Banker's social media, like Coldwell Banker's?
Yeah, it's gonna be on the Coldwell Banker Facebook and Instagram pages. You could also include the link into your own social media page.
And then does it just advertise it to the zip code or to like a radius around the?
It's gonna be within that general area, so I have notes on here, forgive me, because I mean, it's. See, appear on Facebook, and yeah, and buyer and prospect buyers who live near the property or who have visited real estate related websites, so they'll also.
They'll
see
get-
those ads.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then to include this, that's pretty cool too.
yeah, so it works like, you know, if you're online shopping, you're looking at a specific item, and then you go to another website, you're gonna see the ad for that item that you were shopping for, and that's how this works.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's not just if someone's following the Coldwell Banker page, but they'll get like that ad on the side.
yeah,
Very
exactly.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it is nice, it's very nice. And then this is, the last few slides are just basically, you know, fill out the form on CD Desk if you want to go through the paid version, but as Carlos said, when you click on the listing concierge tile on desk, you can have the option to do it yourself for free, or you can use the paid, which obviously comes with a few additional features. Doing it for yourself, but I would say, you know, Moxie Impress, the one that does it for you, I would say you could just go ahead and use basically, those are almost the same materials.
Yeah, but Moxie Impress doesn't give you all the template options that Listing Concierge. gives you
Right,
for-
yeah.
For the flyers and for the social media posts.
Yeah, it doesn't, but it's very nice and modern. just
But we
like-
have both, so.
Yeah, you have both, so
we
you
have
have lots to
options.
choose from. So if you're extremely busy, Impress, if you have a little bit more time, you can use Listing Concierge. But yeah, it's a lot of great options. I don't, I think we covered everything and more, and we're about coming up on the hour, so if there's any questions,
Anybody at home have any questions?
see. It's out of this.
Oh, we lost somebody. There was someone else on. Oh, there you go. You're all
Oh,
good,
here's a
right?
chat.
You say he's good.
Oh, I'm all good. Me too. Now, I appreciate everybody having me here and taking the time to go over these products. I know it's kind of a lot, but if there's something that really like jumped out at you, I would suggest to spend time on using it and see how that works for you. If you have time, take some of those CBU courses, especially the Moxie Present and Moxie Engage, those two, the CRM. You know, everybody's digital these days, everybody's looking online, whether you're buying appliances, a new phone, a laptop, shoes, whatever you're buying, people research it online. Right?
Yeah,
So, and houses are probably one of the top.
Top of the list,
Yeah, top of the list.
no questions? Anybody?
No, it's all good. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm sure the questions will come as you start opening up
It
the
will.
items.
I have a lot, but I'm just gonna use them as I go.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you have Carlos, he's super knowledgeable with everything. So,
Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kendra.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys next week. Next week's class is gonna be on marketing. So it's real estate marketing 101 we're gonna talk about print marketing, methods of delivery, the different options, what to send, how often to send it, things like that, how to pick a farm and budget for your farming. So it's gonna be pretty informative. So I'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, Carlos.
And Carlos, I'm gonna